When should you do a lender handoff and wait to meet with a buyer? Or when should you just go ahead and meet with that buyer and hand them off to a lender later? Hey, it's Mike Novak from the Novak Real Estate Team, part of Real Brokerage. And today I want to answer a question I got asked the other day on one of our webinars. And it was a great question. The question was, when should I have the person meet with a lender or talk to them before I meet with them? And the answer is that you as the agent need to get very good at asking qualifying or disqualifying questions on the phone. That way you have a pretty good understanding on if meeting with them is going to make sense for you or not. So we've identified on our team a list of what we call red flags. And if any of these red flags show up as we're going through these qualifying or disqualifying conversations, then we will go ahead and hand that person off to our preferred lender before we set a buyer consultation with them. If none of those red flags are present, then we will go ahead and set the buyer consultation and meet with them right away, because we know that typically the first agent to meet with a client is likely to be the person that ultimately represents them. So you want to get in front of them as fast as possible. Some agents have this mindset that they will not meet with people until the person's pre-approved. I understand that mindset, but I think it's a huge mistake, and it's going to leave a lot of opportunity on the table for you. There's going to be other agents that person is talking to. They're going to get in front of that person before you do if you wait for that to happen, and they're going to probably work with one of those other agents. So I don't think you want to do that. I think a much, much better approach, in fact, I know it's a better approach, is to get great at asking qualifying and disqualifying questions. The best questions to ask to determine if somebody's qualified or not is to understand what their current living situation is. What I'm looking for when I talk about current living situation with a lead is I'm trying to find relevancy between what they're paying right now and what it would take to buy a home in our market and have payment relevancy, if that makes sense. So if this person is renting a home for $3,000 a month and they've got some cash saved up and they've got a decent job, then I know it probably makes sense to meet with this person, because $3,000 a month, you can actually buy a house in our market. We're in the market just north of Seattle, where the average price point is about $700,000 to $750,000. So again, I'm looking for payment relevancy. So what are the red flags that we look for? Well, a lot of those have to do with income. Like if the income is too low, then typically we will go ahead and do that lender handoff before meeting with the person, just to understand if they could even buy a house or not. So in our market, if the income is less than $100,000, then for us, we're going to go ahead and hand that person to a lender. If it's more than that in household income, not just in that person's income, but household income, which is important to differentiate, then we'll go ahead and meet with that person. So income is a big one. What they do for a living and how long they've been doing it is important. How much cash they have saved up, depending on which market you're in and how competitive it is also super important. If they've got any bankruptcies, and also if their credit score is below 620. And again, please remember these are specific to our market, where the average price point is $750,000. So you have to make these unique to your market. I hope that's helpful. If you've got questions, reach out to me.